Oh, you lost Brian?
Start my camera. Hey, you can't get rid of me that easily. It was my computer.
Okay. I'm like, I saw you looking at your phone or something. So all right, let's go. Then that's it.
I was texting Brandon like, "Hey, you coming?"
Exactly. What's up, Preston?
What's going on, Preston, man? Yeah, dude, this was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Now I for sure need to make a little overlay or a background for it. Right now that kind of works. It splits right down the center with the lightsaber. But that we're only gonna talk about Star Wars right now. Ahsoka.
It deserves it. They gave us prime time Ahsoka, prime time content. Yes, dude, that's what I've been waiting for. I wonder. Usually, you let us talk first because you are the bigger fan. I want you to tell me your reaction to this episode. Go 1 and 2. Big picture. What was your first reaction for you?
Right off the bat, I thought it looked good. It looked good, and I think a lot of the issues was with some of the other stuff was, Mando also looked good, but this, I don't know. As soon as those lightsabers turned on and they started hacking and slashing and stuff, and then, but all that felt very familiar. It reminded me of like Vader on the ship, killing the troops, and in episode 3. But then it cuts to Ahsoka, and I thought that looked great too, and it's like desert kind of temple looking kind of thing,
Yep.
So yeah, it right off the bat, I'm like, this looks good. So far, so good. And then everything else was just kind of like I liked it a lot. It's just like I'm still trying to process a lot of it right now. Nothing major happened. There were a lot of more. It was setting up relationships, I think, with a lot of the people. Like here's who these people are, and here's who you kind of already know. Like if you didn't watch Rebels, they really don't give you too much. But I would say is like if you watch Rebels, you have a lot more backstory. If
You understand the relationship between Sabine and Ezra, and why Ezra's so important and what's going on.
Yeah. But without watching it, I think the scroll first of all, I love the scroll in the beginning. It wasn't the same exact kind of movie scroll.
No, but it was exactly what you wanted. It felt very Star Wars. As soon as you saw, I was like,
it was like a toned down version of the movie, and I'm like, I appreciate that. It was like, so it's not like, oh, here's this big like, and it it's like here it is. It's very reminiscent, like, but it's still like I don't know. It felt good. It felt good.
It did.
It rocked. It did.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nice. Yeah. It was really good, but that's why I was like, you didn't have to watch Rebels to kind of get it. They did give you what you needed to know to go on with the story, So I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was good, and I'm kind of curious, and I liked how it was like a mini movie. It's like here's this hour and a half, and now the story's gonna start.
Tank, I'm glad you didn't watch it live and get murdered. Because Erica would have murdered you.
Oh, yeah. I think she was okay about it. She liked it. Obviously, she was having fun with it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Part 1 was like 50 minutes. Is that a record? It felt like a record, guys.
Just
it
for
really
Disney.
Did.
Just for Disney.
I know. Except for Andor. All Andor felt that long. Everything Andor felt that long. It didn't matter if it was long or not long. It felt that long.
That's what also did for me. Where I was trying to think back to Andor. The music, it sucked me back into like Star Wars. Like the music and the cheap old scene cuts, the transitions, like just the wipes, like that's very Star Wars, and it just had the feeling of Star Wars more so than I felt in a while. So yeah,
I love everything you're saying.
It was a slow roll. Yeah,
it was. So okay,
too slow.
Way too slow.
What's up, Derby?
All right, I'm going to say the same thing. When I saw the beginning and the title scrolling and everything, I thought it was so Star Wars. Right off the bat, hit you in the face. This is what I want to hear. This is what I want to see. I love the characters. I love how they set everything up. They gave you enough information so if you didn't understand Rebels or didn't see Rebels, you still can watch what's going on. I loved how everyone looked. I looked at all the costume designs were amazing.
Yeah.
It is so good. I just enjoyed. It felt Andorish though, and that's what So like it gave a slow burn type of feeling, but they knew we'll give you story. We're gonna give you content. We're gonna give you a lot of talking and give you depth, and that's depth to the entire to the world. I felt like finally the galaxy was deep. It gave me new things going on, but then they knew to give me lightsabers in the middle. Like what Star Wars is. It's samurais, lightsabers. it's the Force. And they threw some magic in there. So it was so good. Everything they were doing, I really enjoyed because I felt like it was an expansion. That's exactly what Andor was supposed to do. This is what these first two episodes actually did. And interested. Anytime it was a little bit low, they're like, we're gonna do more lightsaber fighting. Like, and the story was spot on. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. But they're saying like this was slow because it's set up. I didn't think this was slow. I think they introduced you with these two new guys right off the bat, and you're like, okay, they're bad guys, obviously, for what they're doing. And then they introduce you to Ahsoka right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Her doing temple, kind of shit. So, but then like, it dealt with a lot of relationship building, like, here's what's going on, here's who likes who, and what's going on with who, and stuff like that. But it gave us expansion of the universe as a whole, and it kept in their group, in the rebel group. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't think it was.
It
was set up.
Yeah, I agree.
It wasn't slow setup. I think it was definitely set up, but it was set up that still was paced very. I thought
exactly, but it knew what Andor has a lot of talking, a lot of stuff, a lot of content. This had a lot of content coming at you, but they knew what they were. They understand after 15 minutes of content, we're going to bring out some lightsabers. We're going to address the Force all the time. We're going to have that feeling of Star Wars. We're going to give you nostalgia with the title, with the scrolling things. I mean, just everything was a hit. And I can't wait to see what they do next, even though I know it's going to be a lot shorter. So I do worry about that. But these first two ones are really good.
Yeah. It's better than all of Mando season 3. Most, because the at least the end of Mando season 3 was pretty good.
Exactly, it was.
Yeah, but it took a long time to get there.
Well, the Mythosaur was pretty cool too.
The Mythosaur stuff was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what is up, man?
Not so much, guys. How's it going?
No, we just start talking right now.
You're wrong, Derpy. You're wrong. The feeling of Star Wars, all of that is what it is. Star Wars is that. That's where it started off as. You have to understand where it comes from first. I think a lot of people see the prequels and they say, "Oh, it's not this stuff. It's not lightsabers. It's not just the Force. It is all Force. That's what it is." You're wrong.
I don't know about that.
It's
definitely the foundation that the universe was built on, but I don't necessarily think it's the end all be all.
You're not Star Wars. You if it's not, it's in the galaxy far, far away. It's Dune.
It's Dune.
It's literally Dune.
Yeah. We will have to agree to disagree
with that one.
Well, and that's why you guys like Andor, and that's why I told you it was terrible.
No, I tend to side with you a little bit more because even like if you go to say Rogue One didn't have lightsabers,
but it
didn't have any lightsabers.
No lightsabers.
It had the Force,
but it had Force.
It had the thing that made the lightsabers, the Kyber crystals. That makes a difference now. But it did have the Force feeling, like everything was very like I don't know. Like
it doesn't, and it could be an undertone, but it can
just like Rogue One.
It can, as I say, expand the universe, but it has to have it there.
Yeah,
that's what the whole basis of it is. That's what they talk about in every episode leading up to it. So if you don't have that as an underlining anything there, then you're missing it. And it does feel more. It'll feel more like Doom. 90%.
No, you wrong. Rise Skywalker was so bad. Hell,
yeah, that's not even.
It's the
I still haven't bothered with it.
You have to watch it because I can't get mad at stuff without seeing it. You have to be open minded to it and try to watch it and see what's going on and then go from there. So I try to watch. I've watched it multiple times, and I realize why I don't like it.
Yeah, at first coming out of the theater, I liked it, and then the more I thought about it, the more I talked about it, the more I didn't like it. And then I watched it. I went to the theater like 3 times to see it. The second time, I didn't like it. The third time, I'm like, okay, I know why I don't like it now. But it gave me that initial like fanboy hype right out of the theater. But the more I sat with it, the more I'm like,
because you're in Star Wars, so like you're getting what you want, and then you're not worried about the story. And then the more you think about it, you're like, oh, okay, now I have to break it down.
I disagree, Derpy. It's like if you don't like Andor, you're never going to start Star Wars.
Yeah, you're just wrong, Derpy. I think at this point, sometimes it's just your opinion is wrong, and this is just what it is.
Take it. Yeah, no, Andor. It could have been anything else. It could have been Rebel Moon, which hopefully we'll watch the trailer a little bit later. Yeah. Could have been Rebel Moon, a potential Star Wars movie that never was made, and you could have done that.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to keep it on Ahsoka though. So before we get into Brandon's initial thoughts, real quick, Putin's cat said this kept me interested. I waited 2 years for Mando, and he spent 30 minutes fixing
killing a
droid. Yeah. Season 3 was
wasn't great. Yeah,
it was frustrating. It had moments, but overall, all right, Brandon, what you think about episode 1 and 2 of Ahsoka?
Well, I didn't make it to episode 2 just yet, but I did watch the first one and really enjoyed it. It definitely, I actually not since probably the first season of Mandalorian have I gotten that feel like like I'm watching something that's very much Star Wars through and through. I liked the feel of it pretty much right from the get go, and Rosario Dawson's very much in her element as Ahsoka. Really like the visual flair it's got going on. I like a lot of the like the process for who's Mary Elizabeth Winstead playing?
Hera.
Hera. Yeah. So I like that they're using a lot like enough practical effects for it. I like I said, I'm not far enough into it. Like I said, I didn't make it to episode 2 just yet, but I did enjoy just the overall feel of the first episode. I thought it was out to a good start. And it's got David Tennant. I didn't realize he was in this.
Yeah, it took me a minute. I'm like, is that just some British guy or is that David Tennant?
Yeah.
But I would say after watching episode 1, you probably, I don't want to spoil too much, but I think you know where episode 2 is gonna go. There is a little bit of a thing in there. I don't want to ruin it for you because there's like one part of episode 2 where I was like, oh, interesting. That's
I wanted. I was going to talk about episode 2, so now I'm glad I know that you didn't watch it. So I can hold my time.
But for the most part, episode 2 like went how I thought it was gonna go, and then that one chunk towards the end was I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. And they did, they did touch on that in Andor. So it is kind of interesting, but it's like. No, not in Andor. I take that back. In Mandalorian season 3, Mandalorian season 3, they kind of touched on it, which is kind of, So, but I was like, but for the most part, I think it was really good, man. I was really excited after episode 1, nice long episode, and then got everything. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else.
Episode 1 was just all set up. It was a lot of setting things up, and then we started understanding everyone's personality.
Mhm.
You understand Ahsoka's personality. You understand Sabine's personality. You know what's going on. You understand why they react the way they react. And, you know, if you haven't seen Rebels, you start to really know who they are and why sometimes it didn't work out. Just sometimes personalities just don't mesh all together because they're too similar. And I don't know if you ever seen like mothers and daughters that are act exactly alike and can't be in the same room with each other, but that's kind of what it felt like. Felt like when you're the same thing, you're both going to fight, but because the dynamic is, you know, master and apprentice. So it doesn't matter if you guys have the same personality; it's not going to work that way.
So that kind of leads me into something we did want to talk about. So we have Balin, and I didn't catch the new younger.
Oh, what's her name?
I didn't catch her name. But so he's the bad guy, and that's his apprentice. How do you guys feel about them? Like, what do you think? I don't know. What do you guys feel about them?
I'm gonna have to wait to see more of them before I kind of pass judgment.
Okay.
Shin.
You know.
Yeah, Shin. That was her name. No, I got to say that I thought that they acted very much like you saw in all Star Wars as, you know, for the Master and Apprentice. Like he told her what to do, she just went to and did it. Like there's no questioning. I trust you 100%. This is what's going to happen. That's exactly what old Star Wars is. This is exactly how Master and Apprentice is supposed to work. They were very powerful. Very well, you know. They studied everything very well. They knew what they're doing. Balin obviously has very good connection with the Force. Like it reminded me almost of the prequels, you know, with Qui-Gon Jinn and things like, you know, and you know, in Obi-Wan. Like that's the feel I got between those two, but just on the bad side.
Yeah. Because the first time I saw her, was it Shin? You said her name was. The first time I saw her, you know, she was being like a little badass, you know, killing people, you know, right in the beginning in the first episode. But then she has her hood off, like in later in another scene, and she has the little apprentice Anakin, you know, ponytail kind of looking thing. So I was like, that's interesting because that's usually a Jedi apprentice thing, and not really a Sith apprentice thing. So
I think Balin doesn't consider himself a Sith.
I don't think so either. So it's gonna be really interesting to know, like Brandon said, like really, I'm really interested in Balin and stuff like that. Like, what is going on? You know, like who is he? I mean, Ahsoka already found out. I believe that was in episode 1 when they find out
he was a youngling. He was a youngling,
yeah.
And then that robot helped him create his lightsaber.
That was awesome. That was awesome. How like that robot was important. I'm like, oh, you're just not a random droid. Like you were part of like the Jedi Order. Like you were helping people make sabers. That's awesome.
He taught them how to do it, and he was able to say, I know who this is. I know this is Balin, and he must have an apprentice because of the changes they made. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So she's pretty cool. But yeah, the whole apprentice and master thing, I think Erica said something funny. She's like, oh, so she's just like the gopher. I was like, that's what an apprentice is. It's like every time like you're like, hey, go do that. You're like, okay, I'll go do it.
I feel like that's what even in the prequels, well, that's what Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan. But how powerful Obi-Wan was, but you know, he was like, hey, go do that. Go do it.
Yeah.
What's up, D Stizzle?
So I have a quick prediction. I don't know if it's gonna be true. I don't know, but I'm calling it. She's his daughter, or he's her daughter. No, she's his daughter. What the hell?
I was like, he's her daughter.
Yeah, she's his daughter. They're father and daughter. That's what I'm thinking.
I think that's 100% right, and that's part of the reason when he kind of left the Jedi Order. I think that's part of it. What pushed him,
like an Anakin thing.
Yeah, because you know when you there's a thing like there's a connection when you have a kid. You know, you have a kid and you want to have a kid because you know they don't want. You're not supposed to have that connection, the worldly connections and stuff like that. And if they say, "Oh, you're wrong. You no longer could be a Jedi," and he just said, "F you guys," but he still has all the power. That's what happens. That I could see that being what it is.
Yeah, he is on the older side. He's like 70, but if
She's
he
like
left,
20. If he
she's
left
young.
yeah,
I think she's younger-ish. I would say I would have said 18 to 21, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Just by the looks of it. But Ray Stevens was 58. So so if he was like 30 something, and you got to figure at the time,
guys have
the
dads
timeline.
dads could be 50. You could be 50 and be fine.
Shit, I'm gonna be fucking 50 and have an 18-year-old. So, but yeah, but that's what I'm thinking, and the timeline matches up, like you said, like right after Clone Wars, he's gone. Shortly after she was just born, or conceived, or whatever. So it kind of fits the timeline, but because otherwise it's kind of weird. Like the young girl and old man, like master, it was like, I don't know.
But if it was always
his daughter,
if his daughter, and he brought her up as a Jedi because that's what he learned, and he knows everything, and she's so willing to follow him because that's his son, that's his daughter, and that's his his baby.
Yeah, and Balin seemed very sympathetic to like the Jedis and stuff like that, and I don't know.
Without saying too much, he even has respect for Ahsoka.
Yeah,
he's like, this is not what
he knew who she was.
You're a Jedi. He's like, well, I'm not, but yes, he is. In his heart, I feel like he still is a Jedi.
Yeah, his arc is going to be really awesome, and it really sucks that he died because he just he looks so cool, man.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, just gray beard, blacked out, orange lightsaber is just like, and he's like, I looked it up, he's 6'3". I'm like, I thought he looked big, but he's
a big dude, Ray Stevenson. Yeah.
Super broad shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he's
Vader
big,
had to have
big-ish.
For you.
I was like, he's small to me. Look at hey, what's up, little guy?
Yeah, but yeah, he's for an actor, 6'3" is pretty tall. Usually actors stay nice and short.
Yeah,
but yeah, which is cool because it makes him look more
menacing.
Menacing.
Yeah. That's your Tim Robbins, who's like 6'6".
So here, Putin's Cat said this real quick. The Diane Lee Santo, which was, what was her name? Morgan
Elizabeth.
Is that what her character was?
Yeah, Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, she looked like a witch. I love that they made her part of the Night Sisters.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm like right off the bat too. They didn't even play around. I'm like, awesome.
She's like, no, my people did this.
Yeah,
they constructed this.
Yeah, so I was like all in for that.
And then thousands of years before the Jedi.
Yeah, the Night Sisters has been around forever, But then that's you tie in episode 1 stuff with what can I think of his name? Darth Maul.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Remember, I told you about Darth Maul. I was like, I'm gonna buy this right now
because the Night Sisters are they're badass, man. They're crazy. They're awesome. I think he was on vacation or far away during Order 66. Maybe he got messages to stay away. Had a kid, adopted one. Who knows?
Or he could have been doing the same story that Anakin was going through. It happened to him like 6 months before, and he was already out there with they already turned their back on him, and then he saw what was going on, and he feels for the Jedi, but they already turned their back on him. So he took his daughter and he did what only thing he knew is to raise her as a Jedi. That's all he knows.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Like he fell in love, and they're like, "You can't do that." He's like, "Well, peace out."
Yep, exactly.
And 6 months later, like happens to another guy. He just winds up killing everybody.
He's also the most powerful of all Jedi. That's just what it is. He brought balance to the Force.
Yeah. So Big Ford said, "Did you guys like it?"
So far, yeah.
It felt good. It felt good, and he said I enjoyed it. That RRR wore him out.
Yeah,
he sure was an RRR.
Was he?
Yeah, he was an RRR and Elsa from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade played his wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was also one of the Punishers, Punisher Warzone.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I remember.
Super underrated Punisher.
Yeah, definitely more of a Punisher movie than the Thomas Jane version, which I did like, but for the most part, it was just a standard revenge flick. Didn't
Yeah.
really give up that Punisher vibe I was looking for.
Yeah, his Punisher was very violent. I remember that. It was Warzone is a good title for that one. But
Yeah, Brian will tell you how much I
Punched him
cracked
in
up
his
at
face,
the
and it had the fist in the face, like the imprint. I remember you
yeah,
talking about that.
he punched a hole in the dude's face with his bare hand. That used to just crack me up.
it's awesome, man. It's like that's straight from the comic books.
Yeah, he just punched a hole in the dude's face with his bare hand.
That's winning.
Mm. And it wasn't even like it was more than one punch, and he wasn't wearing any brass knuckles or anything. He just one shot at the dude in the face.
Oh man, I need to buy that one. I'll find it somewhere. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Ray.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
I like what D Stizzle says. The 10,000 Jedi across the galaxy during the Clone Wars, Baylan and other survivors makes sense. It was like the Legends lore too. I mean, like in that Legends lore, it was like that. Because if it's so many, we always say, how did all of them, just disappear? How does no Jedi? That doesn't make sense. There's Jedi around everywhere.
Yeah. It was just thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So I mean, that was the height of the Jedi Order. Was right before all that shit went down. Like they were so comfortable and so high numbers and everything that they thought the Sith was done. And then they were so
they had their own council. They did everything. Like, I mean, come on, it was huge.
Yeah.
Puddins
So
says she's not that old. I mean, she's 25 in real life, so I guess she's playing a 20-year-old because I think she's very the anti-Sabine. Very much so, and that's where you're gonna see a reflection. That's what it is. You seeing reflections in it, and I think that's what I call master and apprentice, because they're talking about Ahsoka and Sabine's relationship and comparing it to Baylan and Shin's relationship, and you can see the difference in them. That's what the whole point is showing how we got here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of masters and apprentices and vibes, and they're gonna be like direct reflections of each other and stuff like that.
I mean, Hera is the one that set that back up. She was like, "I'm gonna set you guys up on this little thing. Go ahead."
Yeah. Hera's the best. I'm not a big fan of what's her name, Mary Elizabeth
Winstead.
I'm not the biggest fan. Especially, I'm like, oh, I wonder how you got this job. Is it because your husband is Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Hey, look. She wore green paint and two things on her head. It works. It's okay. She wins. She worked for it.
Yeah.
I heard she's was a nice sister last year. Good to have.
That's Ramona Flowers.
Yeah. That technically, yeah. Just on a personal level, cheating on wives and
I understand that.
Yeah, I definitely,
but she's a good actor.
But she was always a good actress, even
I
before.
What was the other movie? Birds of Prey.
She was in Birds of Prey. Yeah, she's been acting for a minute. I think the first thing I ever saw her in was Sky High.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Which is a movie I'll always be fond of. By the way, I'll always like Sky High.
I can't believe you brought that up. That's funny.
Yeah, Sky High. After that, it was Final Destination 3. She was the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she's carved out a pretty respectable career for herself, even before Ewan McGregor. But I could see how it could be a little nepotism. Does that count as nepotism?
I mean, does it matter? This is
No,
I don't matter.
I really don't think it matters. You know,
I mean,
she's
everyone in Hollywood knows Kevin Bacon. Come on, guys, we know. It's
yeah,
okay.
no,
It's all
no,
okay.
no, I think she's good in the role. You know,
Yeah.
and
I was
no,
just saying.
she's someone I've always liked. So
She fit Hera actually really, really well. Like I was
Mhm.
like, okay, she looked
Yeah.
good as Hera and everything. So
yeah,
I do want to have a shout out real quick. You know, it says Big 4 Entertainment says round table on Sunday. Hope you guys can make it. We will. I know I will be there because you know I can't. You can't stop me from being there. We'll see about Tank, but yeah, we'll do that. You know, Chaos Central. We will be talking about this and breaking it down on a panel on Sunday night. I believe it's 8 Eastern.
I think
7 Central.
I think so.
Yeah, so I believe it's 8
Something like
Eastern, 7 Central, and Chaos Central. So if you guys subscribe to Chaos, and you'll see us on Sunday talking about this stuff, breaking it down, give us some more time to really discuss and think about what we're going to say about it. So
yeah. I'm just afraid me and Chris are going to argue though.
Oh, the whole time, but you'll be right.
I was like, wait, it's not about the prequels, but I'll be right. Just
So is that Order 66 is like 30 years ago in this time.
Yeah.
Well, Ahsoka in this time would be around what?
Should be like 40 something.
About in her 40s, right?
Yeah.
Ahsoka was like young.
Well, that's why I was like, he could not. Just because it's his daughter doesn't mean she was born then. I was thinking more of along the lines like he fell in love with somebody and then left the order
because of that, and then had
a daughter,
and then she died because of whatever. Okay,
I mean, yeah. I was like, I don't think she was the reason why he left. Or I mean, could be, but
we don't know. We'll find out how many years exactly. We'll know exactly how old she is. They could make that work. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
So the Jedi who weren't killed by the Emperor and Empire went to exile. Yeah, but there's so many of them. So they're probably just walking around. People that have are force everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Kanan, perfect example.
Yeah,
that's a good. Changed his name. You know, he did one of the coolest things. Like he split his lightsaber into 2 pieces so no one can like recognize it. I was like, that's cool. That was interesting.
So they are called pentacles.
Pentacles. Yes. The little thing.
The ear things. Yeah. So, all right. Solid premiere. My only gripe was I didn't like the Sabine apprentice angle.
That's understandable.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I mean, that they're gonna have to dive into a little bit more. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like because this is not the first time she's been trained to use a lightsaber. Because in Rebels, Kanan was teaching her how to use the darksaber. She had skills because she's a Mandalorian, so they just know how to fight, you know. But they never said she was force sensitive, so that's why I was like,
that's kind of what the robot said.
Yeah.
He said, you're not force sensitive. You're probably the worst out of it.
You would never be an apprentice, you know, kind of thing. But
like of all the ones I've seen in all the years and all the galaxies, you are probably the worst. I was like, okay. That's one way. Yeah. Hey, what's up, L? How's it going?
What's going on, L?
And then we got, of course, the person said, did you see Zach hit 600? Congratulations, bro.
Very nice.
I'm very happy to hear that about Zach. That's cool.
Did he do it live? Because I know he was live.
He was live with Mario. Yeah.
That'd be cool. He hit it live.
So we'll be watching soon. Anything with a hint of Annie, and I'm watching it. I got you. I understand it.
I need to download that.
So what are y'all doing on Sunday? So on Chaos Central, we will be it's a panel, and it's a lot of guys on the panel. We're all discussing our feelings, and we're not all the same. You're gonna have a lot of differing opinions. You know, like we argue whatever between us three, but we usually are very similar in our thoughts. You know, just we are different edges of parts, but it's pretty much the same type of thought. Over there, some of the stuff is crazy. Some of the stuff they say, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But but it's cool to hear other people's opinions. So we're going to be doing a round table talk about Ahsoka, breaking down everything, our things we like, things we dislike. things that we want to be better and where we think we're going to go in the future. So that's kind of what we're going to do Sunday night. Once again, it's 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That's right there.
This is it. Yeah, this is it, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's the watch party that they did. We were on the Secret Invasion ones. Brian right there. So, yeah. So, Chaos Central. They do a little round table and stuff like that. It's fun. It's fun because, like what Brian said, like the different opinions definitely make it interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's chaos with the
because we do not agree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's all it's always fun. Everyone's respectable and still crack jokes and stuff like that. So yeah.
But that's just what it should be. Anyone's opinions, it is what it is. Yeah. I could say you're wrong, and it's like okay, but you are free to have your own opinion.
45. So yeah, I'm guessing that's what Ahsoka's age.
Years.
Yeah.
Years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
If you do subtract from Order 66, makes sense. Perfect sense. Or walk away from Anakin. Brian, where is Culver's near Wrigley Field at? Right by it's going to be it's right next to the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
It's right next to Taco Bell.
The main entrance.
Yeah.
Right across the street.
Main entrance of Wrigley, right across the street from the hotel. That's where I am.
The Addison and Halstead, like
exactly.
You stand right there. You can't. I mean, I haven't seen it, but yeah.
It's also we'll all be there. We'll probably do a little small thing from it. You'll see a little small shout out from Wrigley when we all go down there.
Oh, that was
good. Sabine getting stabbed in the gut without any hiccups was meh. Qui-Gon got stabbed in the same way and he was done. Shaking my head.
Yes. Yeah,
But that was like 100 years ago. How does medicine advance from there?
And also, it was in the middle of a battle. Like, could he have gotten to a doctor sooner to save his life? I
don't know. Was he old? Is it because he's older? Did it hit something that is vital? Yeah. As I said,
also he was stabbed by an actual Sith Lord, where Sabine was stabbed by an apprentice. So it was like maybe they didn't know how to hit the right spot. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but that is always a thing. I was watching
The Force.
The Force, yeah, somehow.
Somehow that's how it works.
But I was watching Star Wars Theory, and that was a kind of a big topic over there. Was like, can you quit stabbing people in the gut, and half of them live, half of them die. So, it is.
So just saw the run times. Y'all finna be done by the time I finish these episodes.
Yeah.
So Boba Fett is only 45 in this time, like Han Solo. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
During this time right now,
yeah. And he said Ahsoka is roughly the same age as Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
I don't care what age she is. She's ageless. It's fine for me. I'm okay with it. 35 to 45, whatever, we good. So he says we don't know their age specifically, but 45 to 50 is my estimate. That's old because I don't know if she was that old during Order 66. So before she walked away from Anakin. I don't know.
Also, they could age differently.
A Gungan series.
For a Gungan series?
Yeah.
Oh God, no. Oh my God. I'm good. Just had what was it? The Fat King guy? That's so fucking stupid. Jesus. No, I'm good. I need to cut that into a clip.
That'd be a clip right now to put it. Yeah.
Whenever somebody says something stupid, is get him going fucking jowls all.
Feel like they're trying to mirror the Anakin Ahsoka Master Apprentice angle.
Yeah. They kind of like pass it down.
You still on Spoiler Kings Thursday? Yes. We're not having our episode. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's going to work out just fine.
Yeah, this is more like out of the theater, quote unquote.
Exactly.
Exactly. Off of the couch reaction.
We'll actually break it down. Brandon will have both episodes already watched. We're just kind of like throwing it out there because it was so cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Feeling
I'm
of
trying
it.
to see what other people are thinking too. How they're liking.
I mean, all the reaction from beforehand was very positive. So I would be surprised to see negative.
Yeah.
So okay, let's see. Ahsoka was a 14 in Clone Wars season 1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
just
she was like
going
a
through that
kid.
math, she'll be 44 or whatever, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Brandon says, "I'm going to try to remember Chaos Central on Sunday, but can you put it in the group? We'll put it on. We'll put it in the group.
Yeah, put it up there. I'll probably share it on YouTube as well as a post and stuff like that. You'll see it. I'll share it around.
Right. When is it opening? I'll stop by. I got like 3 weeks. Every week is like a little bit further. I'm like, come on, guys, try and put a sign up. That's what it is. It's taking forever. Clone Wars lasted a few years. Mando was like 5 to 9 years. Return of the Jedi. After Return of the Jedi, yeah. Preston said, hopefully I'll see you there in September. Yes, exactly. You come on in. I'll be open by September. That's gonna work.
Yeah.
It hits me with I'll be getting Culver's ads ever since the other day, shaking my head. Be making me hungry. There's nowhere near me. You're right. We are nowhere near where you are.
That's hilarious.
I think the closest one's like Arizona or Colorado. Colorado might be the closest, which is not close. It's just not close at all.
Take a little road trip.
A little. 1,200 miles. Oh, yes. Sabine got stabbed right through the liver. Well, the liver moved over a little bit. She, could have just, moved it out a little bit. Maybe it didn't,
Maybe Mandalorians got livers in a different spot. I don't know. It's like maybe their livers up here a little bit more. I don't know, man. Like remember, that's the thing is like she's human-like, but she's not technically not human. So their anatomy. That's how I always saw it. Like their anatomy's got to be different, right? I mean, it's got to be in the somewhat in the vicinity, but I don't know. Maybe they put a kidney a little farther down, or
maybe they have a second set of organs that helps out stuff. Allows
maybe they don't even have a liver.
Because like she literally was able to continue to fight. I mean, like it wasn't like she just stopped and died immediately. She was still kind of fighting. Like I still had it.
Yeah, that's why you can't remember too. Is like she is a Mandalorian. They're badasses, man.
Yeah,
they're badasses.
They do a lot of stuff. Like
they.
Go ahead, B.
Oh no, I was going to say that they do a lot of crazy stuff. So that's pretty much all I was going to say.
D Stizzle said, Sabine losing a hand, it would have been even better.
Ooh.
Losing a left hand, no, that would have been great.
Yeah.
And Brandon said, Rosario's bad. Man, she been bad.
Yep.
She been bad. Like, it's 20 years, man. Come on. I guess everyone's agreeing. She stays fine.
Sure does.
Man, I was watching that's why Luke Cage and all those other things, for the Defenders. I was like, yeah, just give me more Rosario. I'm okay with this. Rosario is tossing in Katie Sackhoff, so I guess her species keeps growing too.
I gotta go back and watch them when they were in a. Were they? No, they weren't ever in.
They were never together. I don't believe they were ever together.
No.
I'm gonna need Tank to go do the gun sound one more time. Oh man, oh that's great. All right, we'll come up here. What do you guys all work? All over the place, man. And they're asking, where's the gravity fall hat, man?
Dude, this is Star Wars. I mean, technically it is, but
exactly that makes sense. I like that.
It's the Black Spire outpost. So it's technically the Star Wars land in Disney, which is awesome. It's so if you ever get a chance to go do that and you're a Star Wars fan, just walking around as soon because you go through a tunnel and then you get into it and you're just like, holy shit, like I'm on a planet in this universe, and it was super cool.
I heard it compared to being in Harry Potter world, but by yourself.
I mean, like same thing with the whole Harry Potter
alleys.
land. Yeah, Diagon Alley. It was like you go through the zigzagging, like holy shit, So
Dude, it just went. It like dropped 15 degrees no matter what. You walk in, it's like 100 degrees in Florida. You walk in there, it's like 15 degrees cold. You're like, what?
Everything's shaded because it's tall ass buildings, so it's like, yeah, it's you literally get transported there, and it's super super cool, man. It's super cool, and everyone stays in character. All the cast members are like, oh, where are you from? Like
and they have all have backstory, which is really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I built my lightsaber. Put that there.
So jealous. We're gonna find you're a Sith Lord too.
I mean, it looks very Sithy. So.
Look at
that's freaking horns and spikes everywhere.
Preston, I see yours, but we'll do that at the last thing we talk about. If you burn a liver, does it still work? If you're, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I think it depends. Oh, I could be wrong. It's been
you're a nurse, so you can tell
I'm a
us.
nurse. I think the liver heals itself to a certain extent. Obviously, it's not gonna like grow back fully, but it does heal itself. And then once you like go into like cirrhosis or and like the fatty liver and stuff like that, then it's kind of like fuck that. But burning, not sure. Not sure. I think it should still work. I mean, liver's pretty freaking big, man. Also, the liver is more up here. She was, it was close. It was close to the liver,
but it was so big. So if you burnt part of it, it could continue to work, right?
Yeah. And she was on the right side. I haven't looked at an enemy in a while.
To be fair, guys, she's not human. So we don't know how Mandalorians do that. Brandon said, did you all ever hear about the book on Darth Vader's suit and how he uses the bathroom in it?
I did not.
I can imagine.
Another thing that they stole from Dune.
Exactly. In animation, she is short, but she's a kid, so most of it.
Even in this, I felt like they made her pretty short too. Like when she was standing next to Hera, I'm like, she seemed
shorter than she really is. She's really like 5'10".
Yeah, I know she's pretty tall, but they made. I think they made because in the show, Hera's taller. She's super tall in the show. But yeah, I'm looking at anatomy. Yeah, where she got stabbed. Might have been intestines. I don't know.
Okay.
Because here's a rib right here, and she was stabbed probably right the lower rib.
Why did I think it was higher up than that?
Was that your liver? Your liver is like sits right under your lungs.
Oh no! Why did I think she was stabbed higher up than that? Is what I was saying.
I think it was.
It was like I thought it was like to the left of her belly button. Like it was because when they took the wrap off, you saw. Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad.
Okay.
I mean, obviously she don't die. You know that.
Yeah. Sorry. Spoiler alert. That's bad. My bad, man.
Yeah, because there's a rib right here. So might have hit a kidney back. It went all the way through, obviously.
Yeah. He still says, "You got any Blue Harvest merch?"
The Blue Heart. I have not all of it, but I got like the Coke and Sprite like bomb things that they sell there. I kept those. Oh my god, Blue Harvest. If you're talking about Blue Harvest Family Guy stuff.
Yeah. So, how's Miraculous? Simply the best. Up to the test. No, I'm saying. That's what it is.
Oh god.
Brandon, you're watching the worst Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Lotus. Are you watching the worst Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Lotus?
Didn't you tune in the other day when I said I did?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did.
I forgot.
You said that, and you're like, it was a movie, or
exactly what you said.
Like something I saw. Yeah,
it was so bad.
That's what I heard.
It was so bad. I was so disappointed. Well, I was interested, just kind of in the when it came to the development of the movie because they were making a huge deal out of it. I love Spider-Man, so I was going to watch it either way, but like just holy crap, it was so bad.
The anger. I hear the anger. It feels like I'm talking to Tank when he was talking about the Transformers.
The lowest grossing Transformers movie. There you go.
Was it the worst one?
Well, second the worst.
No, it was not the worst. Like, but did you die?
Yes.
How's the Blue Beetle backpack? It's still in the packaging. I haven't even taken it. I'm afraid to take it out and get some my back. Next thing you know, I don't need to be a superhero like that. I'd rather have Black Panther power than that. That's cooler to me. Brian, when you see when I see you in September, you better have the Blue Beetle backpack on.
Nice.
When you see me, you'll understand why I don't have the Blue Beetle backpack. You'll understand. I tell you, I'm tall, big, but I think you have to see me to really understand that. How big I really am. Elizabeth looks taller than her animated version.
Yeah, she looks really tall, man. I don't know if it was just me or if I'm trying to go back to remember how Hera was, But yeah, she seemed taller. And I'm like, I don't think she's that tall in real life. Like Mary Elizabeth.
Instead, I don't know how tall she is.
That's tall. But yeah. 5'8".
That's pretty tall for movies.
No.
So, am I still at war with Liam? No, not until season 4. They could scrap it all. Just scrap it all. Let's just say it ended right here. Let's not continue the story. If long as they do that, then we won't be at war anymore. Just the answer. Said Rambo did something similar in Rambo 3. And then I can't remember where we were at. D Stizzle said nice. I'm trying to get to us current. That's what I'm trying to do. No, I was making a joke, Brandon, because you look like you were watching something. So you're watching something instead of paying attention to him. Okay.
Watching it angry.
Yes, you're looking at you're angry. I say. The Dark Lord, The Rise of Vader is the book. All right, B. Brandon, I will put that on my to order list. So by the end of Lowe's, I wanted to poke my eyes out because, oh my God, it hurt so bad. How bad it was.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. I heard everyone saying, I'm like, don't ruin it.
Happy birthday. Almost.
Hey. Happy almost
minutes.
Birthday, man.
Almost 50 minutes, man. That's awesome. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Brandon. That's really cool.
Yeah, man. Birthday.
I hope we're not on for 50 minutes, but if we are, we will revisit this.
It flashed really quick, and I thought it said it was his 50th birthday, and I was like, "You don't look 50, bro."
Yeah, I was like, maybe 45. I don't know. Very good. I'm a huge SM fan, but I have no interest in the SM Lotus or Spider-Man Lotus. For 100K, I would have done animation.
Yeah.
That it probably should have been done in animation.
Yeah. Well, just the write and just the story was so bad. I guess like there was a pretty cool final swing on it, as there are with most Spider-Man movies. That was kind of cool. I think that's where a lot of most of the budget had to have gone.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I wish I hadn't watched it.
Like you like, I wish I could have something positive to say about it.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
heard
Brandon wants to know, are you going to sing to him?
No, I will not sing to you.
no. No. But we're going back
I'm
to
sorry.
what D Sizzle said. Star Wars theory, because he made that first fan made little movie, like episode 1. I think he said his episode 2 he was debating on doing live action and animated because of money stuff. So I think he's going animated with his second part of his little fan film thing that he's doing. Just because animation, you're able to get the graphics you want because it's just drawing. You're able to do the things you want because it's just drawing, rather than actually getting CGI and getting computer graphics and getting all that practical stuff. So yeah, stuff like this it's I get why you don't want to do live, or you don't want to do animation, because like live action is just cooler. But if you could tell a better story in animation, then do it. But it sounds like the story just sucks either way, so it doesn't even matter.
Sabine actress looks taller than her animated version too.
Yeah, oh for sure. Also, she grew up. I think Sabine was pretty young-ish.
Yeah. Like,
and then I know
when you're 14.
I want to know.
You know, and then all of a sudden you're 23. You know, that could happen. And everyone's saying happy birthday,
years passed.
So
there you go,
Preston. Say happy birthday, Brandon. And then happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Happy birthday to you. Happy early birthday from L. He said he'll be 44. Ah, that's cool. That's not that bad at all. That's awesome. 44, that's how old my uncle became today. And then Brandon's asking, because I want to get to that, what is Spider-Man Lotus?
It's a fan film that was crowdfunded. They've been talking about it for several years. It was just finally released maybe like a week ago, and it basically it was not worth the hype. It was bad. The writer and one of the stars, or several of the stars, also came under fire for making racist remarks on social media. And just a bunch of things. There's a lot of stuff behind it. I think it's kind of like it's almost like one of those scenarios where like a movie about the making of the movie would probably be more interesting and entertaining than the actual movie was.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, it was bad. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it. So Across the Spider-Verse 4K Blu-ray drops September 5th. I already ordered mine, so I'm waiting for it to get here. Needs to hurry up.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, Theory is doing Vader episode 2 in that animation.
Yeah. Which I'm super excited. That first episode was great. The teaser he did with Vader and Mace Windu, that teaser, that was awesome. Like I can't wait for that second episode, second part.
So Sabine and Ezra were born on Empire Day. They will be 19 at the end of Rebels, just before Luke and Leia are 20 in episode 4.
Hey. Yeah.
Spider-Man Lotus is crap. I want to burn it down.
Oh, help.
L says, with a name like Warden Wayne.
Yeah, that's the actor who played Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's not good. You should have a stage name or something. If that's what it is, change it.
Yeah.
I was going to make a review, but it would be a waste of time. It's a crap.
I mean, you might get if you do one for like roasting it. A lot of people are roasting it, so.
I feel fan-made animated projects are superior to live-action fan stuff, because, especially Star Wars, because you have to try to get a good actors. I mean, that's just too much. It doesn't matter how good the story is. If you're trying to find good actors on fan-made stuff, it's hard.
But finding voice actors is a lot easier, especially with like some like places like Fiverr. You go on Fiverr and you can test out a bunch of like different voice people that you like, and then they could do it from their home.
Mhm.
So yeah. So there's fan film stuff that comes out and it's great. It's great. They did a Power Ranger one that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
They've done Wolverine versus Batman, Predator versus Batman, Predator versus Wolverine, Punisher versus Batman. It's like they've done so many awesome like fan film stuff it's fun. They're a lot of fun.
All right. Internet says Sabine is 21, Ezra's 19.
Right. Is that as of right now, or that's probably at the end of
or Sabine was 21 and Ezra was 19 for Ezra was when they lost him
at the end of Rebels.
At the end of Rebels.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm curious to know how many years has passed. Because she said like, oh, it's been years and blah blah blah. And obviously it's been years, Hera's a general and they're doing all this crazy stuff, and they're already even in the beginning in the scroll, they were talking about like, oh, this is, and now you have the new Republic, what it's called. So yeah. So I want to know how many years. They kind of been vague with it.
And make was it TAS?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3 look like gods to Lotus. Well, I didn't mind the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
There are parts of it I didn't mind.
I mean, it got a lot of hate for something I thought it was.
I think I liked Amazing Spider-Man 1 a little bit more, but
agreed.
It kind of as the years passed, I don't mind Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't even think I hated it initially. I was just kind of like indifferent to it. I was like, oh, there were some elements that I liked, but overall, probably my least favorite live action Spider-Man movie. But
I don't know, man. Spider-Man 3 was pretty bad.
Spider-Man 3 was pretty bad.
Like it took like a 10-minute dance break in the middle.
Yeah.
With the emo look, I was like,
I don't know how you ruined Venom. It was like,
was his name Topher?
Topher Grace.
Yeah,
Grace found a way.
Yeah, Topher Grace, Gopher Face.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Reading up on the history of the movie, originally, Sam Raimi's original plan was to use Vulture and Sandman, but the producers, I think, like Avi Arad and Laura Ziskin, wanted him to insisted that he use Venom. So he basically had to overhaul his entire plan and rework the script to get Venom in it, and like he had to take Vulture out like he originally planned to use.
He just looked like trash though too. Like even all the concepts, I was like,
yeah, and
make it look like a comic.
Yeah, Venom
didn't want to be comic that accurate at all.
And yeah, Venom didn't really fit into the whole like kind of hokey tone that Sam Raimi was going for. He just didn't. Venom really, like the whole Venom and the symbiote subplot just felt really out of place with what Raimi was doing with his take on the content.
Yeah.
So Brandon, you grab the wood and the muscle shirts, and I'll start the fire.
Yeah, do the Captain America, like rip them in half.
Person I used to cut 2 until I found vodka. What? Okay. Used to be cut 2 until I found vodka. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. BBY. But
for battle, yeah, even okay.
Yeah. BBY is. That's kind of how like Star Wars all does. Like, because isn't in Andor is. What was it? 10 years? No, 7 years BBY, or 10 years prior to BBY.
10 years
like
prior before.
Yeah, it was something like that because obviously it was before that. But yeah,
live action Star Wars fan films end up with a bunch of bad actors saber fighting in the local state park.
Yeah,
you can see that in any park.
I see those.
There's Spider-Man 3 equals trash.
It's pretty bad.
Is it? But no loitering. I mean, no littering.
Yeah, which sucks. Like just considering how much I really liked the first 2 movies.
They're the two two of the best when it came out.
Yeah, help.
Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorites still.
Yeah, same. They really help make the comic film genre what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just great movies. I know Sam Raimi's style isn't really for everyone because it is very like intentionally hokey and kind of B movie. But I liked the tone that he went for with Spider-Man. It made it felt more like a comic book movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can understand that. Shot to shot. It says Mando season 1 was 9 years after.
After
ABY.
Battle of Yavin.
Yeah, Battle. And then assuming 4 years for episode 4 and episode 6, and 5 years more. That seems about right, age wise.
Yeah.
No. You couldn't pay me enough. I mean, if you give me a super chat, we could try. So looks like it's going to be Snyder's second good movie. Man of Steel was his first good movie ever. Wow. Shots
over
fired.
300?
Over 300?
300, yeah, exactly. Shots
heck,
fired.
I even liked his remake of Dawn of the Dead, you know?
Yeah. Holy shit, I forgot about that one. That one's pretty good.
Yeah. Written by James Gunn, by the way.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Rebel Moon, and
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah. I started to watch it.
We're gonna do these last 3 comments and then we're gonna watch it right now.
Okay, we'll watch the trailer and then call it.
So I'm gonna go through it right now. Let's see. Didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 3 was beyond awful. Agreed. The memes made me kind of like Spider-Man 3. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. It was so bad. I don't care. Best fan made I've ever seen is Nigerian Mortal Kombat. It's on YouTube. Ooh. You just have to see it.
Oh, I can see that. I gotta look that one up.
Oh, I forgot about 300. I was thinking about more Frank Miller.
Remember, a lot of Snyder's good shit is stuff that he's taken that's already good. 300. Frank Miller wrote 300. It's a great graphic novel. I have it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Come on, Frank Miller has done everything. Come on, man.
He does. But then what was the other? Watchmen.
Dude, I pick up a Frank Miller comic every week.
Yeah, I know. But he did Watchmen. Watchmen is an amazing comic book, and he made a good movie from an amazing comic book. Go figure. So
let's follow the comic book. Maybe that's what everyone should do.
Yeah. So even Rebel Moon is a version, is a story he pitched to Lucasfilm to be a Star Wars thing, and they said no, and then he just kind of turned it into his own.
Because that's what KK does.
Yeah, it's gonna feel very Star Warsy. I already know that. So
the director of Spider-Man Lotus, when the movie came out, to my brain cells, I'm Death, Destroyer of Words. Worlds, Death, Destroyer of Worlds. That's bad. Yeah, Raimi Spider-Man 1 and 2 had classic comic feel like, unlike the Foxmen.
Yes.
Yeah. The Foxmen movies.
Put the trailer in the Facebook group. All right, Tank, why don't you go ahead and grab the Rebel Moon?
All right,
let's watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I'm actually, I as much as the shit I talk about Zack Snyder, I actually like his movies.
You do talk so much crap about him.
I do talk a lot of shit about him, just because I have to counter all the crazy fucking Snyder cultists,
Yeah.
But
yeah. Exactly. Ears are ringing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like a few of his movies. I'm not. I wouldn't consider myself a Snyder fan though. It's a little too self-indulgent from time to time for me.
So Frank Miller is Mr. Looney Tunes nowadays, but he wrote some of the greatest comic book material ever. He continues to do that, guys. Continues to write.
What's it called? Last Ronin or Ronin or something like that?
Yep.
Not the Ninja Turtle one.
Oh no,
a different
one. Yeah. Peter, I'm in the other room. Mary Jane for the streets. Tony is hilarious. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tony, too much, man. That's too
He's
much.
not wrong. He's not wrong.
Rebel
Kirsten Dunst's
Moon,
Mary Jane was for the streets. I can buy all the fantastical elements of the Spider-Man Sam Raimi movies, but I will never understand what Peter saw in Mary Jane.
And that one, he just chose the wrong one. That's all.
Meanwhile, you got Gwen Stacy right there.
I was like, dude, you.
Heck, or the neighbor who was baking him chocolate cake.
Hey, no.
Oh, in the movie.
Yeah, but she wasn't that good looking either. But at least she brought him
she was
cake.
on the same level. She was on the same level.
At least she brought him cake.
Right there. Yeah.
Dude, overall, I just want to, everyone think about how smart it was to release this in prime time. I'm excited to see prime time next week too. It's going to drive the conversation, and I can't wait to discuss this on Thursday again.
Mm-hmm. Same. By that time, I'll be all caught up.
Yeah. I'll watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. Hey, we'll finish off with this, and then we'll cut it off. This is for Brandon for his birthday. But appreciate everyone hanging out with us, everyone in chat. We'll be back Thursday, probably with more well thought out things about Ahsoka and stuff like that. And
we didn't do that one one he put up today.
Yeah. I know the Blue Beetle one.
Oh no, we said we are gonna do it Thursday.
We'll do that Thursday because we'll start off the show with that on Thursday. Yeah. Today was supposed to be like just Ahsoka and then the Rebel. Mm-hmm. But I know you said he watched X-Men 2. 8.5 out of 10. And Ocean's 12. 10 out of 10. You want to start?
Ocean's 11 is 10 out of 10. Ocean's 12 is like
it starts going downhill. Starts going down. Yeah. But yeah, D-Sizzle said solid 8 out of 10 premiere. 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I'm right around there.
I'm an 8.5 to 9. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I'd say an 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Watch it, man. If you're a Star Wars fan, I think you'll enjoy it. I'll make sure to watch Ahsoka this weekend, so we keep up with the combo. Yep. Ocean 11 and 12 or 10. So, was it Zach premiered Rebel Moon at Gamescom, then disappeared faster than Judy Winslow.
Oh man, Judy Winslow. She didn't disappear. She just had a different career, guys. Okay. Check it out. It's a different career. What happened to Judy?
He premiered it. Yeah, but all right. We'll do we're gonna start off on Thursday's show with the Keep Watch Burn. So we'll for sure. Because today I wanted just to do just
Ahsoka and talk about his greatness. It was so much fun. I really, I'm hyped about what we're gonna get from Star Wars going forward. I'm hoping this is gonna be as good as I think it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yep. I'm super excited. But cool. Let's get out of here. Here you go, Brandon. Here's your birthday song from the Spoiler Kings. Appreciate everyone. We'll see you guys later.
Yep.
It is your birthday. Let's have some fun. Your birthday, let's have some fun. Happy birthday. It is your birthday, let's have some fun. Happy birthday. Brandon. Happy birthday.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.